This video, I got to show you this. Okay, before we get into this video, I got to show you this real quick because Elon Musk, this was the first thing he posted today. What a strange thing for Elon Musk to post yesterday, right after Trump is declared the winner of the presidential race of the United States of America. Novus, Ordo, Seclorum. You seen that someplace before? Right there, right in your face. New World Order. So I'm taking by what he's posting, this is their declaration that this was the plan in the first place. But it's hard to tell. It's very hard to tell. But Elon Musk just posted that on 11/6/2024. New World Order. And what else is in the background? Anything we can see here? I'm outside, so you got to cut me a break, okay? I've been trying to keep up with all this, but it's crazy. We live in a crazy place, you know? We live in an absolute crazy place. But here we go. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Richie from Boston. Today is the 7th of November. The 5th has come and gone, and Donald Trump overwhelmingly, crushingly won the election. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm not being a fearmonger. I'm not being a naysayer. I wish everything would just go back to normal, where we actually had a fair and just government and everything wasn't a conspiracy requiring us to make up theories to go along with their conspiracies. But here's the deal. I believe because so very many YouTubers, and I'm talking big, regular, mainstream YouTubers, put out videos talking about them doing drills at night at the White House with dozens of helicopters coming in and out.
Foam task force. They're set up to cover any arrival. They move the ambulances over here too. I guess that's a sign we're going to have aircraft actually landing. Used for VIP transport, but also the muscles handle continuity of government operations. So having them as part of this exercise is, well, common sense, I guess.
With them trying to pass the 28th Amendment and with them passing the DOD directive where they could fire on American citizens effective on September 27th of 2024, I think with everybody online putting that out there, they decided to go another route because as you can hear by all the talking heads, all these disinfo agents on the internet like me that are showing you exactly what they're doing, it affected how things work. You know what I mean? We actually matter. They do hear us because they couldn't censor us if they didn't. You know what I'm saying? They're simply just going to use another method. That's all. That's all there is to it. And I would love for life just to go back to some semblance of normal, but it's not going to. I mean, look at what we just had for a presidential race. A multi-billionaire who's been a billionaire not once but twice in one lifetime, a Zionist, a staunch supporter of Israel. Remember that little thing in Israel going on? Yeah, it's still going on, and it's just spreading. It's spreading and spreading and spreading. And now there's massive movements of illegals in New York City trying to rush the city. They're going to take the whole city over because the illegals are under the impression that if they can get to New York is a sanctuary where Donald Trump can't get them. Well, in my honest opinion and in my guesstimation, Trump isn't in office. He's not president yet. You know what I'm saying? There's still a long time to go. And they've already done the, somebody shot at him thing. And that seemed to went down the memory hole, which is a weird thing. It just went away. Nobody talks about it anymore. Joe Rogan brought it up on his podcast, and Trump just brushed it off within seconds.
Take a look at what happened. I think it's very disrespectful, but to me it doesn't matter. Please, red dress, red dress. Yeah, pretty much recovered. Yeah, I'm a fast healer. It's a hell of a shot, but I'm a fast healer. Yeah, pretty much recovered.
Do you have any hearing damage from?
No, it didn't hit that. I got very lucky. It just hit the lobe, as they call it.
Is there a scar on your ear?
So the story that he's a fast healer is just utter bullshit, because he's pointing up here and then he's saying, I got shot in the lobe, which is the bottom where you would put an earring. He has zero scarring of any type whatsoever at all. You know what I mean? Zero scarring. And when Rogan brings it up, I mean, come on, man. This entire democratic system is calling him Hitler, calling him everything else. He should be talking about, he's the most dangerous man. He should be carrying around getting shot as a badge of honor, and yet he's just fluffing over it. Yeah, I got shot. I'm a fast healer. They said it was in the lobe. The lobe is the bottom of your ear. He's pointing at the top. It was complete and utter nonsense, like we told you in the beginning, but I digress. You'd think that would be a story he would want to tell. You know what I mean? Because that's badass. Trump is a braggart. Trump wants to tell everybody how great he is. I got shot and I stood up, 15 seconds, he brushed it off, on to the next subject. A 2-hour-long podcast, and he only, 15 seconds, he glosses right over it. Well, they're going to do another one. There will be an event. That's all there is to it. There's too many. They've put too much time and energy into this that they're going to have one of these lunatics that are called Democrats. I mean, these people are absolutely insane. We just had an election where a 2-time billionaire, Zionist, reality show, world WWE wrestling dude was our president. And on the other side, we have somebody whose only platform was vote for us so we can kill babies. This is America. That was their entire plan. Vote for us so we can continue to have sex with whoever we want, wherever we want, and whatever the results are, we simply kill the baby. That's all that matters to us. And that was their battle cry. We are back in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. It's nice. The sun's nice and warm, but I'm in Illinois, and it's going to be cold tonight. I got to go visit some people and see what's going on. Strange thing, man. All my subscribers that I went and met, all of them had unusual airplanes and helicopters over their property right after. I mean, that's just a weird thing, man. It is. Let me just interject real quick. Are you noticing the amount of dirt on my neck? Because I am. It is what it is. What are you going to do? All of them had unusual airplanes and helicopters over their property right after. I mean, that's just a weird thing, man. It is what it is. But this is not over in any way whatsoever at all. This isn't over. I've already got people that, because I put this on Jailbreak. Jailbreak was my private channel that was doing really well, no problem. And I had to start posting over there because I had the most amount of people that could see it. And now they're just, Trump's the president now. Trump got elected, man. It's a long time till January 20th. You know what I'm saying? It's a long time. And these people have an absolute game plan, and the game plan will move forward, whether we like it or not. It's astonishing to me how many different places are like, we have absolutely no rain. Up in New Jersey, Massachusetts, my entire area, they're having no rain whatsoever at all. Well, I was just in Missouri and Oklahoma yesterday and the day before, and Oklahoma got 17 inches of rain. This is out in Missouri right now. I just drove through 17 inches of rain in Oklahoma, and I was able to stay behind the storm. But I mean, this is insane. Look at this, man. They got bridges that are 40 feet above water, 40 feet above the water line, that are now 3 feet below the water line. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But of course, they don't use weather as a weapon. That would be impossible. 17 inches of rain is totally normal. Nothing to see here, folks. Overnight. 17 inches of rain overnight, and then Missouri got 12 inches of rain. And look at this. As I'm standing here, this has been happening all day. Spider webs are falling from the sky. It's always what appears to be a blue sky, and then somehow spider webs are falling from the sky. Something to do with weather modification or whatever it is they're doing. But here's the deal. I told you this. They can use their Dopplers to move the weather around, but they have to get the rain from someplace. So down south, and what appears to be the entire New Madrid fault line is getting absolutely saturated with way too much water. My buddy in Missouri said there's a bridge near his house. The water is always 40 feet below the bridge. After one day of rainfall, the water was 2 feet above the bridge. How crazy is that? In order to do that, they can't just manufacture water. They have to they use it. They use the NexRads. HAARP probably still does something, but we don't know. But HAARP doesn't need to be anymore because the Doppler radars are mini HAARPs. I've shown you over the years, and many others have shown you over the years, how Doppler can simply steer and antagonize and make a storm worse than it is. And apparently California is on fire, and it's spreading. And Into Thin Air YouTube channel, there's spider webs everywhere. Every time I come up here, it's raining spider webs. That's an odd thing. Into Thin Air YouTube channel has just put a video out where he's showing Area 51 once again. Area 51 conjures up a storm and then uses this frequency that you never see on the NexRads.
My friends, good morning. November 7th, 2024, and holy crap, Batman, do I have something insane to show you that has to do with these California wildfires. Now, as many of you already know, we predicted these fires when we saw this weird anomaly taking place in the Northwest that seemed to be right in the dead center of this insane weather system that was coming down that later would cause these Santa Ana winds and these insane wildfires. And it happened one day after we put out our video. And that is the clips you're seeing right here from that video, which we put out even before a single fire started, and we warned specifically of fires in Southern California, which I'll link in the description box so you can go watch this, because this is going to tie right into what I have to say now, and it's going to blow your mind. There's a lot of different theories going on, and I can't stress this enough. This is just a theory that the timing of Trump winning the election and then all these expensive California houses burning, some people think that a lot of evidence is being destroyed right now intentionally. Obviously, I cannot say that for sure, so I won't, but it sure is very odd nonetheless. Now wait till you see this. Remember this video from a while back where I showed how they were manipulating the weather over Area 51 and then shooting it with these beams, and then it was spreading out into a weather system? I posted this video a few times, and guess what? It's happening right now over Area 51 during these wildfires. And this stuff is flowing right into Southern California where these fires are. And you can see that taking place right here. And now I want to break this down frame by frame to show you exactly what's taking place here. It's insane. We are looking at this little thing right here. This just came from Area 51. I can't backtrack anymore, but if you look closely, you can see these very distinct straight lines. They just dropped this over Area 51. And then what happens is, and when I say they, I mean airplanes drop this over that Area 51 base. And then take a look at this. Watch what happens to this as we move forward right over the California fires. These fires are all over Southern California right now. We talked about this. We predicted this because we saw a very odd anomaly taking place in the north northwest right as this system was coming down that caused the Santa Ana winds and then ensuing wildfires, my friends. This is wild stuff. Take a look at this little thing that got dropped over Area 51. It will then expand out over Southern California. It is getting shot left and right by different NEXRAD radar towers. This one specifically shot this second band right here. You can see it gets dropped right about there. So they're dropping them over Area 51. They're flowing this way. And then as they pass the radar, they're getting zapped. Now watch this one and watch this one. Here we go. Boom, we're moving forward. And then zap right there. This radar tower hits this group of whatever they dropped in the sky. And then watch what happens next. These things fan out and begin to expand. And as they're expanding, they're getting hit more and more. You can see these beams going nuts. And these things keep widening out. Now I'm going to show you a wider view. And you're going to see that these are flowing right into our jet stream and then into our weather. It's absolutely insane. All right, so here we go again. Here's number one. Here's number two. You're going to see this one get shot. And then watch what happens to these. They're going to flow right into our jet stream and into the rest of the country. I can't believe this is even allowed to happen, but here it is. Boom. That one just got shot there. I'll backtrack real quick. There you can see, bam. There you can see it nice and clear. Now watch this one and watch where this goes. Take a look at what it connects to and what starts happening here. This flows all the way down into the Baja region of Mexico. This one's starting to widen here. And then take a look at this. Boom. Swoops right into our jet stream. And this will now be inside of our moisture that flows.
So if you're not already subscribed to Into Thin Air, you should be, because this kid is no joke. And I'll leave links for the video so you can watch the rest of it. But you see all these blue dots with the green in the middle? Those are Doppler radar or NEXRADs. They're not predicting the weather for you so you have a better weather report for your workday. These are HAARP. These are HAARP. They're no longer isolated up in Alaska. They're all over the world, all over the country. And as you can see, they're all lit up and they're containing this storm. That's how they do it. And then whatever is at Area 51 has conjured up the flooding in New Mexico and what's happening right now in California. They do indeed control the weather, period. And the very next day, that entire area with that crazy frequency, which looks like a symbol or a sigil, actually, that entire place caught on fire. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing this. This whole plan is continuing to move forward. But what really gives me pause is the new Madrid fault line. Because I've seen it a couple of weeks ago, yesterday, and then a month prior. They have been doing an enormous amount of drills on the new Madrid fault line, way more than you would imagine for whatever reason. Back in July, October. If you Google Army Corps of Engineers and you Google New Madrid, it just keeps coming up over and over and over and over. It's way too much. Way too many eyes are on this with all that's going on in the world right now. All of a sudden they're like, hey, let's do a drill. Every time they do a drill, what happens? Exactly. It comes to life. And utterly flooded out. And the Army Corps of Engineers has done 4 separate earthquake drills there this year. Really? Really? 4 in 1 year on the same exact area? That's what HAARP can do. I don't know if you understand this or if you know this. Most of you should, but if you don't, back in the day when they first figured out how to use ground penetrating radar to look for gold and coal deposits and things of that nature, they were using a thing that was a handheld device that was about the size of a lawnmower. And they discovered with that small ground penetrating radar, they could create earthquakes. So what did they do? They built one the size of a city in Alaska. And then they figured out not only can they put them in every single state, multiple units in every single state, but they can also make them mobile and they can also make them waterborne, like the one that rolled right by New York City the day of 9/11, because 9/11 was New York was supposed to have a hurricane. And suddenly the Doppler rolled through on the water and it was clear skies because they needed clear skies for their big event. You know what I mean? These guys aren't stopping. I'm not trying to scare you guys in any way whatsoever at all. But this isn't over in any way. They just simply changed up the plan just a little bit because they're working with AI, quantum computers, and fallen entities. So they've got more than one way to skin a cat, and they're going to. And that cat would be us. So be ready. Take this time right now. Take this as a bit of a breather right now. You know what I mean? And I guess that's all I got for right this minute. But real quick, I wanted to throw this one more thing in. Look, I'm in my studio. You see it? Yeah. I was reading Confusion in Christianity. I'm on page 304. It's the only book I've ever picked up and read continuously. I read it every single day. And the reason I bring that up is because this will come into play. He quotes the book of Enoch, where Enoch says, powers of heaven revolve in their circular chariots. Powers of heaven travel, revolving in their circular chariots. What does that make you think of? You see what I'm saying? Powers of heaven revolve in their circular chariots. At any rate, Richie from Boston. For now, I'm out. Hopefully this will upload.